Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, and today I'm going to share with you some tips on how to outfit for a particular career in Elite Dangerous. This is more aimed at beginners, but the more experienced viewers will be able to share some of their top tips in the comment section. Today we're going to take a look at mining. Let's first start with the ships that you may want to choose for mining. Of course you can choose any ship you like for any career in Elite Dangerous, but you might be disappointed with the results. The ships I suggest for each activity also don't take into consideration those extreme engineering outliers, as this is firmly aimed at beginners. The ships best suited for mining in my opinion are Cobra Mark IV, Type 6, Keelback, Asp Explorer, Federal Dropship, Imperial Clipper, Python, Type 10, yes, Type 10, Anaconda, Cutter, and a special mention goes to the Federal Corvette, as it has potential for outfitting to be a great miner due to its optional internals, but not so great jump range. Okay, let's talk internals. First thing we're going to take a look at is the core internals, and there are some modules you really want to consider A rating when you're outfitting for mining. The first one is going to be your power distributor. This is going to be really important because that way you're going to be able to chew through asteroids nice and quickly and keep your mining lasers firing. I also suggest that you A rate your frameshift drive and your thrusters, mainly for transport purposes to make things a little bit easier getting from place to place and manoeuvring around an asteroid field. I've also A-rated my power plant, although it's a little bit overkill on this particular build, but we'll get into that a little bit more. I haven't touched the lightweight alloys, your normal bulkheads, left them as they are, and we've gone through and we've D-rated your sensors, life support, and that's it. Next we're going to take a look at your optional internals, and this is where things get a little bit more complicated. The main thing you want to have is a refinery. I suggest going for one of the largest ones you can fit. I have gone for a size 4A, and refineries are basically where all of your mined materials go to be processed. As you mine, the materials are stored in a bin within the refinery, and then once you manage to fill your bin, it straight away turns it into 1 ton of cargo and puts that into your cargo racks. One thing I do want to mention with this is the larger refinery will make sure you don't have to worry about bin management. In case you're collecting some of the cheap stuff you don't really want, you won't have to go and jettison it and keep an eye on it as you go. You can just keep mining, keep going. On the topic of cargo racks, I do want to say you want to have as much cargo space as you can into your ship. That's one of the reasons why I've gone for the 64 tons here, and as you can see another couple of cargo racks, a 3E and a 2E. It gives us 76 tons of cargo space, which is pretty nice for this build. Something else you want to have on your ship is a limpet controller, and that's a collect limpet controller. This is a must for mining. Now I have gone for a 3A, you can go for larger sizes, but obviously bear in mind you have limited slots, bigger ships, less limited. This will allow you to collect your cargo without having to fly around and try and scoop it up like a hungry hippo. That's just not going to work for you. That's why you need collector limpets. Another thing that is worth considering is a prospector limpet. Now on this build it's just not doable, but a prospector limpet will allow you to actually gain additional mining materials from an asteroid and tells you what's in it, so you're not just mining blindly. But that is if you have the space. This build, we don't. The final thing that I want to mention is make sure that you have a shield as well. I've just gone for a 3A, not bi-weave, just because I need the strength in case I fly stupid, and that's something really important, because if you bump into an asteroid, you're in for a bad day. I mean, just ask Down to Earth Astronomy about his mining story. On to hardpoints. You're going to need to equip those mining lasers I mentioned earlier. I do recommend you go for the largest ones possible and you keep them fixed. Unless you can do multi-crew mining. Why? Why would you do that to yourself and your friend? Don't bother. Go for the largest ones you can, that way you're going to be chewing through asteroids nice and quickly. Smaller lasers take longer. The rest of the hardpoints can be basically of your choice. I have simply gone for a mixture of pulse lasers and multi-cannons, just because that's a pretty standard build, a combination of energy and also kinetic weapons. But let's face it, you're going to be avoiding trying to fight when you're mining. That's the whole point. You're not fighting, you're mining. And onto utility mounts. This is the final thing we'll be taking a look at, and for this I honestly recommend a selection of defensive modules. It is pretty much up to you because none of these things are going to benefit you for mining as it stands. So you can go for a point defense to help protect you against missiles that may be fired at you. You can go for a chaff launcher to make sure that enemies can't keep a lock on you. You You can go for a heatsink launcher to minimise your heat signature and disappear, and I've gone for a shield booster just to give my really weak shields a bit of a boost for some survivability in case I bump into something. Well, there you go, Commanders, a basic guide to outfitting for mining. What are you waiting for? Get out there into a pristine asteroid ring and make yourself some credits. And thank you for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and whilst you're there, turn on notifications so you get an alert every time I put a new video out. Also, whilst you're there, if you are looking to support the channel, please check out the links in the video description, as there are a couple of different ways to do so. And once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.